Hello, everyone, and welcome to Weekdays or Middays with Mom. This is the beginning of a series of talking about reality shows, hot topics, um, just life in general. Um, so, this is series number one, be occurring on Tuesdays and Thursdays in the midday. Well, at least it's midday on Pacific time, I guess early afternoon on East Coast time, and that's what's going on. So, this is a new series. Welcome, everyone, and welcome to those of you listening on the replay. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like button, and don't forget to, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe as well. You'll be seeing the avatar today. I will be, I don't know, showing my face soon, but you'll see the avatar for right now. So I'll just wait a moment or two and allow anyone to join me live if they can. If not, then I'll just get the show on the road. I'll try to have the show at least to start with more participation with maybe an hour. We'll keep it like to an hour or so. It could go longer. It could be maybe a little shorter, maybe 45 minutes to an hour, but normally that's what is hopefully I can have it to be. And so I'll just give a few more moments. On deck today, I'm going to be reading some comments that we've had on our channel regarding Married at First Sight, some comments that we had on our channel regarding Love After Lockup. For now, if there's anything else that you all want to talk about, for those of you who joined me, I'll be happy to go back and forth and discuss comments with you and your thoughts about those shows and or any topics you suggest as well. So I'll wait a few more moments to get started. So thank you again. Hi, Sharon. How are you? I'm doing pretty good today. Like I said, start of the new series, Weekdays or Midday with Mom. So hopefully you enjoyed the show. So let's wait in just a few more minutes to come on in. So we'll probably start off with last week, Married at First Sight, since the show is on tomorrow and the couples are headed towards decision day, and then we could roll into Love After Lockup if you watched that. I know some of you also watch 90 Day Fiance. I have seen a few episodes of The Single Life. I used to watch 90 Day Fiance. Oh, when the series started many, many years ago, if y'all remember, like Danielle Muhammad and Fisa and George. So, I'm pretty old school to that as well. But if you want to talk about that, we can. Hi, Dolores. Thank you for joining. So, oh no, my mom has that too. So I understand what you're going through, Sharon. I hope you're feeling better soon. So I hope everyone is doing well and you having decent weather. I saw on the TV there were some cold fronts heading towards the east. Today, I believe it's still in the lower 90s. We're supposed to drop, for us, it's a drop to like the 80s for the weekend and possibly some rain on Sunday. So we'll see. So, all right. Well, I guess I'll just go ahead and get started. If people want to come on in, they can, or just watch on the replay. So, you know what? I'm just going to go and I'm going to start off with Married at First Sight. So, since decision day, I don't think it's tomorrow, but next week or so. But usually they have a filler episode in between those Married at First Sight shows. So they go from, like, in years past, seasons past, they go from decision day to just giving us a background of what they were up to before, to see, I don't know, it's a filler show for me. And then we get to decision day. So I don't know. Hopefully we could just go from decision day to, this show to decision day coming up. So 73 degrees, that's pretty warm. I think so too. So let me get to the comments that we had on our channel. I just want to talk about the comments, and I read them all. Sometimes I read them twice because some of you have some very interesting comments that you share, and I like to make sure I try to respond to everybody. So let me go to those from last week's episode. And before I get to the comments, this scene with the couples with the retreat, It was very different from years past. Years past, they tend to go more rustic to the cabin. And I don't know, there's more of it's kind of like, to me, like a pre-decision day with these couples. But this time around, it was just, I don't know, it's a little bit different. What you saying, Sharon? You said I'm ready for math to be over. Me too, honestly. I think I was ready for math to be over a couple weeks ago. I mean, I enjoy watching the show, but I don't know. It just seems like year to year, there's more couples with more need to have maybe more counseling, maybe before they get on the show, you know? So when they get, married on the show, like all that seems to come out. And I don't know, it's just a different level of, in one way I would say drama, but another way, like for their own reality, like, maybe I really wasn't ready to be married. And I still say, how did they pass the vetting session with these experts the first time? Like, I truly don't understand this. So let me go to some comments. I'm trying to find some. Let me just pick one in general. So this person says, in the comments about Alexis and Justin finally having intimate time. And this person said the sex wasn't good for Alexis and she still doesn't like Justin. If they foolishly say yes on D-Day, they won't last. And then they go on to say, Kristen's hilarious and I love her. Her impression of Mitch was spot on and Mitch surprised me by taking that well. And I'm going to stop right there. I think Alexis still doesn't like Justin either. Not still doesn't. I don't think she really had a connection with that. If you all remember in the very beginning, she was saying how she was looking for someone who was tall and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, tall and just, I don't know, whatever she was looking for. I don't think Justin really met her needs. And I just think Justin loves love. So I think whoever experts guided him towards, I think he would try to stick it out. But then, seems like they've had an issue with communication, their do's and don'ts, and especially when it came to that dog this whole entire time. And I don't think really, not only Alexis, but I don't think either one of them can get past that. So, and then as far as Kristen goes, I think Kristen, she wants to be a wife no matter what. But I also think that Mitch may not necessarily be the man she's, maybe looking for. Like, he doesn't check off all her boxes. I think she walks on too many eggshells with Mitch, honestly. It would have been okay. Yeah, I agree, Sharon. I think it would have been okay too. And then I'm very surprised at Mitch last episode, and this comment also says the same. Miguel surpassed Mitch as the biggest jerk this episode. I have to say, I agree with that because, this whole time I thought it was, at first, it came across like Nate had something to hide. I still kind of think there's something that we don't know about Nate. But then Mitch took over with just his comments about Kristen and just along the lines where everything had to be his way and had to be economically right for him to continue. And then, but Miguel, when he pulled what he pulled at the retreat, I just think Miguel has checked off a lot of boxes and he's been keeping score, in my opinion. And I just think anything that Lindy has done or will do, that he just isn't with that at all. So yeah. And then state, I always want to say State and Nasha, but Nate and Stasha, I think they'll be okay for now. And then here's the thing, that swing that Nate and Stasha gave to Lindy and Miguel to try. Why? Someone brought to my attention that it was a borrowed swing. Like, why would you give a borrowed swing? Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna give someone a gift like that, it ought to be new. But that's just my opinion. So Kristen does want to be a wife, but Mitch, what'd you say? Isn't her person. I agree. And what else? I was kind of on Miguel's side. I don't agree how he handled his anxiety. Yeah, I think the same thing too. Yeah, Miguel, he's going through something too off camera. I think he's just ready. When he said a couple of weeks ago, when he just wanted to see where the 8 weeks takes us. I think he was already semi checked out, like looking forward to the end. Because if you're trying to get to know your person or put your all into the marriage, I think that he could have did a better job with communicating as well. And I just think things for him kind of came to a head. So that's what I think about that. But in general, for decision day, I would like to see, I root every season. I want to root for everybody. I'm like, this is the season that, they did the right thing and they made the right decisions for us, these couples. But I think, in my opinion, I think they all will say yes on decision day. Do I think they all should say yes? I don't. But you know what? I know that some people have also said that, we're seeing what the producers want you to see and just, how the show was edited and things like that. That's possibly true. But in my opinion, the producers can't edit people's personalities. They can't, I don't think that could be edited. They might take a clip from here and a clip from there to make the show, but your personality shines across no matter what you're doing, because that's just who you are in general. So I don't know. Like I said, I think they all will probably say yes on decision day when, I don't know, that's their life. If someone asked me my opinion, I would say I don't think any of them should, without any major counseling along the way. So no sense in carrying on the married at first sight. Oh, we stayed married if that's not really your person, because they make mistakes too. All right, what you say? If you remember, Pastor Cal asked him specifically, can you handle Lindy's normal? I'm not sure he can. So she has many deep issues. I honestly think they both have deep issues. And yes, I do remember that, Sharon, because Lindy's issues come from, her upbringing, the religious background that she had to go through, the things that she never got a chance to experience in life. So I think she was sheltered with that. And then Miguel, growing up with his parents not necessarily being there and his mother having mental health issues. And him and his sister, Miguel and his sister are, really tightly connected, and they bond off of that. I think Miguel and Lindy have a trauma bond, but yeah, I just think all the couples will say yes. Even one says yes, one says no. I just think that the majority of them will say yes for some reason. That's just me. So what'd you say, Dolores? I didn't like how Miguel treated Lindy the entire retreat. I didn't either. Like, he really, I don't know. He, as I've heard some say, he came out the bag with that. I think he was I think Miguel has been just hanging on until, like he said, till the 8 weeks. I just think that he's just not 100% in. I think most of us who watch Married at First Sight have watched it for quite some time and realize that, they think they're doing a service for staying together when really they're not. So I don't know. That's just my opinion. Let's see what's next. Alexis treats Justin terrible, and now Justin sees how she really is. Yes. And I just wonder how long that they're going to hold on, because the preview of next week episode, there's things that come up. If you saw the episode, that's something that Alexis said or did. And then when Justin is speaking with Nate is saying how sneaky or shady that Alexis is. So I just wonder, like, what's going on now? Because there's something, seems like every week with Alexis, like she, last week they gave her the biggest gossip and she can't hold, stuff like that. So is she like intentionally sabotaging her relationship and others' relationships, or is this really Alexis's personality? That's what I'm concerned with. Alexis treats Justin terrible. Yeah, I read that already. And then I do think he really likes Lindy, but he's afraid. I don't know. I'm 50-50 on that one. I'm not sure if he likes Lindy or not, to be honest. I personally, Sharon, would lean on the side of he doesn't necessarily care for her. That's what I'm saying. I don't think so, but I don't know. We'll see with that. So, Married at First Sight, and also with the show, I thought we were going to get more content with the newer experts, more with Dr. Pia and more with Devon. I'm just really surprised we only saw Devon one time. So maybe I was talking behind the scenes with Cassandra or Millennial that maybe his scenes were cut based off the issues he was going on in his relationship before the show aired. So maybe they pulled him for whatever reason. I don't know. So yes. But let me see. Let me see what other comments is going on. I'm not sure if anyone watches the after show, but on the after show, it was Lindy and Alexis. And Lindy said that she didn't necessarily read the room when it came to Miguel, and that she could have handled things a little bit differently. And I'm thinking, I think Lindy on the after show was taken up for herself, like, maybe has a personality where she's just so maybe like in your face. She didn't take time to step back to read the room, is what she was saying. But that might be true. But Miguel, the way he handled the response and at the retreat, I just think it was just the vibe was down during the retreat. I mean, it was hard to miss that they weren't necessarily getting along. But then Alexa said on the after show that, oh, well, the group is used to Lindy and Miguel being that way. So, oh, they'll be fine. I'm thinking, so that's the way that they're perceived, just like going back and forth like that all the time. That's not necessarily a healthy relationship. So, just say, Sharon, seems like Alexa's in the after party every week. Yes, it does. And you know who we haven't seen on the after party? We haven't seen Miguel on the after party. At least I haven't. And I don't know if that's telling or not, but yes, Miguel has not been on the after party at all. Even Morgan and Ben were there, but Miguel has not. And if I'm wrong, let me know. But yeah, he definitely hasn't been there. So, let me see. Let me invite if anybody wants to. Come on, and we'll go from there. Let's see, pace. Okay. So, let's see. So, Married at First Sight. Okay, so it's on tomorrow. We talked about the after party. We talked about Lindy and Miguel. And so now, not sure if anyone watches Love After Lockup, or even let me touch on 90 Day Fiancé, because I know some of you watched that too. I read that there was a petition or something going around to get Angela from 90 Day Fiancé off the show because the treatment, so she's in Nigeria right now, and the treatment that she's given to Michael, how she tore up his car, just doing all these kind of things to him, that is considered, like a domestic violence situation. And they're like, people who watch the show are enough is enough. And they really want to get her off because they're tired of seeing her. They're tired of her antics. And, there's no sense of bringing her on if there's no true storyline. So let me see what you said, Sharon. You said, I saw that she was off the hook this past episode. Yes. So did you also hear about that, the petition to get her off the season? So apparently, I saw Angela when she first came on the show, when she first made her introduction with her and Michael. And I thought that as many times as Angela and Michael have broken up, I thought that she was no longer talking to him. So I just wonder, like, what happened to get her talking to him? Because we know the agenda for Michael is to finally come over to live with her in Georgia, but his papers have been denied. So I guess she got to keep going over there. And the point of her going over there all the time and trying to tell him what he can do and what he can't do from way over here in Georgia, he's way over there in Nigeria. I mean, does she really think that she can control someone on the other side of the world? I never understood that with Angela. So I guess her and her friend, that is over there causing havoc. And like I said, I don't know what her storyline is anymore because I thought her storyline was over. But like I said, there's a petition to get her off of the show. And so that's that. And then, yeah, that was the main of the information for that. So now let me jump to Love After Lockup. If anyone watches Love After Lockup. So next week is their season finale, Love After Lockup. And there's a few things going on this show. So let me start with Puppy and Amber. So Puppy got pregnant. She lost her baby. Oh, let me read your comment, Sharon. What'd you say? I haven't really seen Michael do anything from what I've seen. She doesn't want him to work, so you got to pay to keep him up, Angela. That's true. That's very true. And she knows that. But like I said, I thought Michael and Angela broke up. I heard she was seeing someone else and she's pretty much living her life and doing whatever she's doing anyway. So what is the point of going to Nigeria to tear his car up, to tell him what he is and what he's not going to do and how he's going to do it? And does she really not think that when she leaves to go home, that he's not going to be doing the same thing he's been doing? That's the part that I don't get. Like, she's trying to control him. She tried to control his friends. I forgot what she called them. And, trying to control what he wears, who he talks to. He better have his phone on when she calls and this and that. I'm like, first of all, he's on the other side of the world. He's on a completely different time scale than you. You can't, I mean, she's trying to tell him really like what to eat and all the other stuff. She can't. No, there's no way she can do that. And like I said, I don't even know why that's the storyline. Oh, that's okay. That's okay, Sharon. That's okay. But back to Angela, like, I don't even know why that's the storyline. So, but let me stay. I'll just stay on 90 Day Fiance really quick. So, not just that. So I heard that Libby Andre had their baby. They had a baby boy. I heard that. And then on the Single Life, Big Ed is still back on the Single Life. I'm like, why? But I guess his 15 minutes of fame haven't expired. So he's still doing whatever he's doing. He's engaged and not engaged, back and forth with that lady. What's her name? Liz or something like that. And I heard he just recently had surgery. And Natalie is on there as well. I thought when she broke up with Mike, that's all there was. But apparently she made it to the Single Life and she's trying to find whoever she can find to, I don't want to say stay in America, but she's not trying to go back home. And then, right. And then I was told that she also had a pregnancy scare. Natalie had a pregnancy scare. So I don't know what's going on with that. And then you have Miss Debbie. She's out. They live here in Vegas. She's out with her new man now, getting her life back together. So, okay, Debbie, I see you. And then Clint, I'm not sure if he's still with Veronica, but that was a mess too. And I think, I'm not sure with Debbie and Clint, I don't know who gaslighted who, but that was his mom. And Clint just seemed like, I don't know. He seemed like, honestly, one of those contestants on Married at First Sight, to be honest. Like, he needs some counseling too. And then who else is on the show? Oh, Yara and Jovi. I thought she was pregnant again with their second child. I'm not sure if that was true or not, but she's trying to get some plastic surgery so she can look like her friends, and Jovi's not with all that. And I don't know. I didn't necessarily care for Yara and Jovi's relationship either. I think the rift that was caused between Jovi and his mom when Yara came along, I didn't like that. So, but yeah, so that's the extent of the 90 Day Fiance that I had. I don't like I said, I don't watch it on a regular basis, but when I do tune back into 90 Day Fiance, it always seems like the same thing going on. Just insert the person that was on before and put them on this season, and that's what's going on. It's the same circle over and over, kind of like the same circle it is with Married at First Sight too. So, but yeah. And then even though Miss Sharon, that you don't necessarily know about Love After Lockup, I'm just going to touch on it though for those of you who may be watching now or on the replay. So Love After Lockup season finale is next Friday. And so like I was saying with Puppy and Amber, Puppy was pregnant. She lost her baby. Now Amber is pregnant. And she's trying not to tell her boyfriend TC about it because he doesn't want to have any kids right now. But a few weeks ago, Amber told us that they're having unprotected sex, so whatever happens. Well, it happened that she got pregnant, and now she's stuck, and now she has liver issues, and she don't know what's going on. And I could say personally, having liver issues and things like that can be a strain to not just your own self personally, but to that baby as well. So Amber has a lot on her mind. And then Brittany and Ray, they are finally getting married after 2 years. Brittany's dad finally gave a blessing. And anything that Brittany does is going to be over the top. And she's another one that wants her man in a bubble, don't want him doing nothing with anyone, saying nothing to anybody, or else he's possibly cheating. So yeah, Ray has a lot to swallow when it comes to Brittany, but hey, they're together. And so then we have Chaz and Branwen. Branwen has never liked you from the very beginning. She has been in and out of prison. She likes bad boys. She's back doing her adult business thing. Chaz found out, and he is not here for it at all. He went to confront Branwen about it, and nothing changed, so he handed her divorce papers. All right. And so then we have Taylor and Chance. Taylor is pregnant as well. Chance, the age difference between Chance and Taylor is 13 years, but Chance was in jail for burglary. I believe it was burglary, maybe even bank fraud. And so now he's got out, and somehow he's got credit cards, and he has bought a truck. He's trying to buy a house, and he wants to get married now because he's saying that, oh, well, my friends are married and I'm trying to do the things that they did. And even though it's not Taylor's fault that I was in prison, I just want, the white picket fence, things like that. Well, Taylor is pregnant with her fourth child. She also has health issues, and she's afraid to carry the baby full term. And Chance has asked her for a DNA test because she was talking to her ex by email. He thinks, well, she's cheating, and so the baby might be his. And I'm like, well, how could it be his if she was talking on email? But anyways, what you say, Sharon? Have all the men been in jail? Yes, all the men have been in jail, with exception with 2 women. There's been 2 women. Branwen has been in jail. Puppy and Amber were in jail at the same time. That's how they met in jail. So the show is 50-50 about who's been in jail, but the premise of the show is these relationships were met and formed in jail, and they're trying to make it work and get married and do whatever they, have the happily ever after. And 9 times out of 10, it doesn't work out. So, and then another couple who lives in town, Brittany and Marcelino, they're having problems. They end up invited someone else into the bedroom. What happened was one was sleeping around without telling the other one. One got upset, and now they can't trust each other. So the season finale is next week. There's supposed to be a bunch, I think they save everything for the finale, you know. Um, I'm excited to see what's going to occur with the people here that I mentioned the last, Brittany and Marcel. There's two Brittany's, Brittany and Marcelino in town, because I'm not sure if the police are going to be called, but there's a lot of domestic disturbance in that. I'm not excited to see the domestic disturbance, just how their story plays out with the person that was threesome was involved. But overall, the shows honestly are actually similar in the way how they progress. Meaning, well, I should say with the 90 Day Fiance and the Love After Lockup. I think Cassandra or Millennial told me that it's the same producers for both. So that's very possible. Similar storylines or have them do certain things on a similar level. So yeah. But I know there's not really much to go back with Married at First Sight, because we've seen the first episodes are almost at decision day, so we really won't have a lot to really go off of until decision day comes, to see really who stayed together, who said yes, who said no. So that will make for good TV. It always does. And especially the reunion, to see, because by the time we see the reunion I think is like a 3-4 month gap in between the time from decision day till, they do the after party till now. So I'll be excited to see who is really staying together. Sharon, did you watch Love After Lockup? Now, I would suggest, if you want to see something different, I would say just give it a try, because every reality show isn't for everybody. So just give it a try. Like I said, it comes on Fridays, and the season finale for this season is this coming Friday. However, Love After Lockup turns around really quick. So even though this season finale is Friday, the next season starts literally 2 weeks after, with new, we call them new felons, because that's what they are, new felons. And sometimes is a returning felon because their life has moved on to, for example, like I said, the ladies who are pregnant now, we see an extended version of where they're going, so it's very interesting. There's also a show called Inmate to Roommate. Now, Cassandra found that one, and it's almost the same point of Life After Lockup, except for these inmates met these people who they live with, either via pen pal or through a church or something like that. They're strangers to them, and they move in while they do their time for probation. And that show that's on A&E is a mess too. But Love After Lockup, I believe, in my opinion, it's more of a reality show than Married at First Sight, because you can't script this, because like I said, those people have really been in prison, and they're trying to adjust life in prison, because some of these people, they never even met in person. They only met in a letter or a phone call or a pen pal. So it's a different show. So yeah, very interesting. So all right, well, this was the first of the series. I want to get it tested out and see how it went, and I appreciate everybody who joined me. Tomorrow is Married at First Sight before the decision day, to see where are they now. Well, not where are they now, but to see, how they're going to be like the last night before. So we'll be doing a review on that. And then also on Fridays is Love After Lockup, and my review is normally out on Saturday for that. And so next week we can talk about Married at First Sight. We could talk about Love After Lockup. I'll get tuned back into 90 Day Fiance. And then we could do some hot topics like what's going on. I know Kanye West is a hot topic right now. I know that there's been different things about the Parkland shooter that's going on right now. There's lots of things political, but we don't normally talk about political shows. We try to just keep it like even keel. Even as far as like the housewives go, They said that Cynthia Bailey, there's a rumor that her and her husband are no longer together right now after a short time. So just different things like that. So I just want to come on and just do the first show and just see how it went and maybe tweak some things for the interest of our YouTube family, see how that goes, because it's different. It's a little more conversation with mom, versus millennial, but yeah, to go from there. So, and if there's any questions or suggestions, feel free to put it on our Millennial Mom page under, like you do with comments for any reality show. You can send us an email at millennialandmom92@gmail.com. And yeah. Oh, thank you, Sharon. Sure. Let me know in any comments or message me to let me know what topics you want to talk about, and we could go from there. So like I said, I just want to come out and just see, how it would go for my first time, but we'll get more into detail about different hot topics, stuff like that. And since Married at First Sight is still on, we could talk about that and then go into hot topics of what's going on in the world. So all right, everybody. And thank you to our membership. Thank you, Sheriff, for joining the membership. And that information can be found on our community tab. We shout out people for birthdays, holidays, graduation, special events, or anything else that you want us to shout you out about for a small membership fee. There's also behind the scenes look at Millennial Mom. There's more coming. They just have to be edited to be brought out for you guys. And we're excited to have you with us and have you to subscribe as well. So I'm going to end it here. I appreciate y'all so much. I will be again live Tuesdays and Thursdays, 12 p.m. Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern time. So join me then. And until next time, everyone, thank you all so much. And as always, live simply, be grateful, and I'll talk to you next time. Have a good evening. Bye, everyone.